Human digestive system. The process of digestion starts in the mouth the moment you chew the food. The salivary glands secrete saliva into the mouth. The saliva contains digestive juice that digests carbohydrates. It also moistens the food, making it easier to swallow. Now, tongue helps us to mix the food with saliva. Roll the chewed food into a ball which is pushed towards the back of the mouth where it is swallowed. Now, esophagus carries swallowed and chewed food along its length and pushes it down to the stomach. Let us understand some important terms about esophagus. Look at this picture. You can see that the windpipe and the food pipe, also known as esophagus, lie close to each other. And there is a flap-like structure known epiglottis closes the opening of windpipe while eating, and it prevents the entry of food into the windpipe, so food can pass easily on the food pipe. That's why it is always advised not to talk or laugh while eating. If we talk or eat in a hurry, the epiglottis may not close and food particles may enter in the windpipe. Now, children, let's understand that how the food moves downward direction in the food pipe or esophagus. This movement is known as Peristalsis movement. See the picture. The moist ball of the food moves downward in the esophagus and the muscles in the wall of the esophagus contract and relax to push the food in the downward direction. So this particular movement, contraction and relaxation in the muscles, is known as Peristalsis movement. Now the food is come to the stomach. Stomach is a J-shaped muscular bag that is located on the left side of the abdominal cavity. It is the largest part of the human digestive system. It receives food from the food pipe at one end and opens into the small intestine at the other end. If you see the position of the stomach, you can easily understand that it is attached to the food pipe from one end and open into the small intestine. In the stomach, the inner walls of the stomach consist gastric glands which secrete mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive enzymes. These continue the digestion of food that begin in the mouth. Mucus protect the lining of the stomach while acid kill the bacteria that enters the body along with the food. Hydrochloric acid also makes the acidic medium in the stomach, which helps the digestive enzymes like pepsin to act properly. The digestive enzymes break down proteins into simpler substances. Now the food moves down towards the small intestine. The small intestine is a highly coiled, long, approximately more than 6 meters, portion of the digestive system. Most of the digestion process takes place in the small intestine. It receives enzymes from the associated organs such as liver and pancreas. Liver and pancreas located to the right of the stomach and perform many important functions. Pancreas is located behind the stomach in the upper abdomen and surrounded by other organs like small intestine and liver. The liver releases bile juice which emulsify the fat content. The pancreas secretes pancreatic juice that digests the protein and lipids. Finally, the intestinal secretion convert the carbohydrates into glucose, proteins to amino acid and fats into fatty acid. Once the food is broken down into the simple particles, it is ready to be absorbed by the body. The absorbed substances are carried to different organs where they get utilized to build proteins and other complex substances, and this is called assimilation. After all the useful and digestible nutrients have been absorbed during the digestive process, a mixture of water and indigestible waste such as the fiber remains. Now in the large intestine, it absorbs water and small amount of nutrients from the undigested food, and the remaining undigested food passes into the rectum, where it remains for short time as semi-solid feces. Feces exit the body through the anus, and this process is called egestion. In the large intestine has a tiny tube with a closed end that is known as appendix. It is a part of the digestive tract, but it does not seem to do anything. It can, however, cause problems if it gets infected, and then it needs to be removed. If you go through the summary of the digestion, then the important glands and secretions of the enzymes. In the mouth, the salivary gland secretes saliva, and the enzyme present in the saliva is salivary amylase that changes starch to sugar. In the stomach, the secretion is digestive juices and hydrochloric acid. The digestive juices contain the enzyme known as pepsin, and the working function of the pepsin enzyme digestive juice is break proteins into smaller fragments called peptones. The hydrochloric acid function is to kill the bacteria in the food and activates pepsin. In the small intestine, liver produced bile juice that break down fat, and pancreas secrete pancreatic juice that enzymes are pancreatic amylase changes starch into maltose.